Day, and welcome to On the Move with Nan and Kam, and maybe the most frequent guest we've ever had.
I think it might be number one.
Yeah, extreme friend of the pod, Molly Johnson. Welcome, Molly.
Hey, glad to be back. Glad to be back.
And you might already know what we have going on because we're flashing out together right now. We got on all of our Virginia Credit Union River City Half and 5K gear because we were getting ready for race day on March 8th. So it is coming up. So we figured, you might be on the fence. You might be wondering if this is the right spring race for you, but who better to tell you than event director? And it is. So podcast over.
And thank you for watching.
Yeah. So Molly is here to talk to us about it a little bit. Molly, you were the event director for the first year as well.
Yes.
So this is your baby.
Yeah. Year 2 is exciting to, feels like we're in a little bit more of a groove this year, kind of have the plan down a little bit better. So excited to see it all come together on race day.
That's very exciting. How is everything looking for Virginia Credit Union River City Half and 5K next week? What's the general temperature on it right
now? Well, we're like almost 10 days out at this point. So feeling good, ready to get things going,
Yep.
We just got medals delivered yesterday. We were going to get
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Stunning.
Yeah, we got our shirts in last week. So it's starting to feel very real. We're taking it from that, something we've been talking about that's happening in the future to it's happening next week type things. And it's coincidentally, the weather's gotten really nice this week. So we're got our fingers crossed for that for next week. So it's starting to get that little taste of the first taste of spring in Richmond.
Cam's has shorts on today.
It's supposed to be 65.
I mean, we'll take it. We'll take it. So
I sat outside on Sunday when it was only 50, and I just was like, put that sun on my face. Yeah.
How do you feel about obviously this is going to be the first event of the year.
I know.
And then we start rolling.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
I was going to say, how does that does it excite you to start the event season?
It does because I don't know, for a while if you don't have an event until the 10K, it's a really long lull.
April is a little ways.
Yeah. So, no, it's good. It's fun to get the event season kicked off. And then once we start, we're rolling. We've got an event every month until June.
Yeah.
So it's good and bad. And I think as we've found this year too, the beginning of this year has just hit us so quickly because we got back from the holidays and then it snowed every single week.
Yeah.
Water issues, kids were out of school. There's been something major happening every single week. So it's good to feel we're kind of past the big part of winter and we're getting, spring's kicking off.
March is upon us.
I know.
Back to something that our roots and what we're ready to do.
Is March the in like a lion, out like a lamb month? Or is that April? I don't know.
I've never heard of that. I don't know.
Anyway,
whatever you want it to be.
Look it up.
Right. So we know how, obviously, we feel about it. How do you think that participants feel, or what does event week leading up to event week feel like to everybody?
Well, hopefully full of sun, and the course is stunning. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we drove it yesterday. It was looking so pretty.
Yeah, so we're hoping, I'd love to have things green up a little bit over the next week, but I think, people are just looking forward to it. I know we're going to visit the Richmond Roadrunners winter training team on Saturday. Yep. Mara and I will go and assign their bib numbers for their last training run before the actual event. So I think people are excited. This event happens so early, both on our calendar, but also kind of the Richmond spring race calendar. But I feel like it really kind of kicks off your spring running season. So,
something we don't really talk about much is the fact
I can't imagine.
What
is something we don't talk about?
Because for the marathon too, and for this race, you train during either the super, super hot or the super, super cold just to get to a race day that's great weather. For the 10K, you train in the winter and it's cold outside, and then you get there and it's spring and it's warm, and you're this is perfect.
Yeah.
Or in the fall, you train through the hot summer.
Yeah.
And then you get to run in November and you're I've been training through 100-degree weather.
Well, and for this race in general, I think we often, because it happened so quickly after our marathon, that they started training the training team started running together the first week in December.
Right.
So they've been training for a long time. There's we have the marathon, and then we have Thanksgiving, and then it's a week, and then the train team kicks off. So they've been training together for a long time. And just like Greater Richmond has in general, they've also been dealing with a lot of weather, and I know they've canceled a couple sessions. So they're troopers for sure, because it's tough out there.
Yeah. I will say that this year I did say around December, Christmas time, that This year actually was cold. I feel like the past few Christmases.
I know.
Oh yeah.
My brother wears shorts every day of his life, but he's worn shorts on Christmas. But this year was like
cold.
He had jeans on.
Yeah, you know it's bad. That's the real thermometer.
Yeah. Outside, so.
Well, yeah.
So
I think it's exciting just to kick things off again for
Right.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
And I have always said that I'm going to do this training team, and that's the second year in a row I've said it. Second year in a row that I haven't done it.
It's only the second year of it.
It's
Right? True.
People, I was gonna say, I feel like this one, maybe because it's even smaller, has like such a little cult following, and people love it. I have not heard people say a bad thing about this.
The amenities are top notch. I will say the Roadrunners put on an excellent training team. Yeah. The location where they meet is wonderful. I know when I went there last year to assign bibs, we had to get there really early because we'll get there before they run. And so I was like, didn't have time to get coffee on the way. And I was greeted with like freshly ground Blanchard's coffee.
Yeah, Catherine is always
Catherine's
saying
like,
that.
they have this every week. And I was like, there's dairy and non-dairy creamer options? Like, what?
Like, wow.
Yeah.
Watery.
No, so honestly, props to our training team because they're treating our people right.
It's December, you guys.
Yeah.
You know what to
Put it in
sign
your
up
calendar.
Also, I will say, even though most people don't love running in the cold, there's nothing better than having accountability to make you run in the cold so that then you do it and you're like, wow, this is me. I love to complain about something and then be like, wow, that wasn't bad at all. I'd be like, this was fine.
It's that first, like, getting out the door, first mile.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying this as a person who has literally put off every single run.
You run in the
past
cold.
3 months.
You run in the cold. We were together in Virginia Beach, and you were out there in the subarctic every day.
For sure. But that's fine in December. Now that we're in like late February, early March, I'm like, I'm not running below 30. I'm done. I'm not finding the gloves. I'm not finding the ear warmers. I'm done.
Especially because warmer days are coming. Yeah. You're like, I'll just go on a warm day.
I just love the feeling of the neighborhood. Like last night was like a lie. Yeah, everybody's so happy. Yeah, because I live near Bryant Park. Bryant Park is like popping off. It was great.
There's somebody that lives in my apartment complex, and he's actually commented on our post before saying like, I run by there all the time. And there's one person who always goes on a run, and I think it might be him. And I'm like, are you training for River City? I watch him out the window. I'm like, hey, you're doing great. So if you're listening,
shout out.
Not I watch you, but I see you. I see you.
She watches you.
She's watching you.
She's watching you. This year I have a lot of people to pay attention for on the course. Tyler's running it for the first time, and he's been joining with 2 friends that are also doing it. There's some other.
So is he doing
Tommy's running it. Yeah, our boy Tommy. Dominion Tommy's running it. So we got plenty of people to watch out for. It's exciting.
Is this his first half?
Yes.
Wow.
It is. Yeah.
I have to make a sign
You
just
do.
for Tommy.
Yeah.
Because
Tommy,
I'm
look
gonna
out
see
for
him.
your sign.
I'm gonna see him because I'm a course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you will.
I told him that I was on the Huguenot Bridge, so watch out. I'll be out there screaming.
I'll be looking for him.
Guys, also I would just like to say pause. If you're hearing weird ambient noise in this podcast, this building is shaking.
They're actually tearing it down as we speak.
They're not, but it sure sounds like it. They're working on Carmax Park next door, and we're in the process of moving ourselves. So we got a sparse looking podcast room today, but there's nothing we can do about this building just shaking and making this noise. So if you hear it,
metal bleachers on the stadium side that you can hear shaking.
If you hear it, you're not going crazy. It's just a thing that's happening. So what are you most looking forward to this year, and why, in your opinion, should people still sign up?
I'm really interested. I'm looking forward to seeing the Finish Festival this year and how that plays out. Last year, the Finish Festival and Finish Line are roughly in the same spot. However, last year we did kind of find that for a couple reasons, just kind of how the course shook out, we really pushed our finish line pretty far down Lakeview Lane. For those that are familiar with the University of Richmond campus, it's down there next to the lake, and it's great. It's beautiful, lovely finishing location, but it's also kind of a dead end. So we ended up kind of squishing our Finish Festival into kind of a small footprint. So we've moved the finish line back a little bit closer onto the main part of campus. Still roughly the same location that it was last year. So if you're trying to plan out your race day and you came last year, roughly start and finish are all in the same place. But I'm hoping that by moving the finish line a little bit this year, we kind of open up the Lakeview area for more people to just come and hang out and enjoy the beautiful part of campus that is the lake in the middle of University of Richmond, because it's really a highlight. So I'm interested to see how that all shakes out. I'm really excited. We have 12, I believe, charity partners this year that are all local nonprofits. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So a lot of them will be there kind of promoting themselves. And then also a bunch of them have teams that are running or people that are running in support of these different organizations. So between pack and pickup on Friday and then race day on Saturday, we get to see a lot of really cool local groups out there. And there's just a bunch of fun promotions this year. Like we have the 100-year anniversary of the Nickel Bridge. So the RMTA is...
I'm hype on that one.
Yeah. It's going to be out there kind of celebrating the history of the bridge. I know we're talking about, I think Effect Run Club is going to be
nearby, yeah.
Mm-hmm. With a really cool hype station. I know that will come out in full force to celebrate our half marathon runners. So it's just really cool. Some, different community involvement that we'll have this year that we didn't necessarily have last year. So I'm just excited to see it all come together.
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's unique for us in this event. We always talk about, that it was really created because we wanted to show off those river views that you get with the fall course for the marathon. But I do think the charity component is so cool. That's definitely something I've talked about in media stuff recently, just because, it's normally just us. We're great.
Yeah.
But it's really fun to have all these other partners, and you can really uniquely pick your favorite type of charity to support if you wanted to make your miles mean more. And Richmond, it makes you really think. Richmond is a city with a lot of nonprofits. So it's really cool to be able to celebrate those partners. Also, when you mentioned Effect, they're going to start promoting it soon, but we're very excited on Thursday, March 6th before the run. I know, next Thursday.
Yeah, that is.
Because the event is on March 8th. So on Thursday, March 6th at Hardywood downtown, they are going to have a shakeout run from 6 to 8 p.m. and they'll be meeting in the outside area at Hardywood there, going on the run. Then I think they're going to have some fun stuff happening after that, maybe some sign making if you're not running the event. So it's not only if you're running the event. Right. You can still go support your friends that are and make a sign to be out there cheering them on the course. And then I think we're going to have a little fun swag raffle. Might be giving some of these sweatshirts or something.
These are great sweatshirts too. It's our committee gear for this year, and they're a hit.
So we're not
me wearing it 3 days in a row. Smells great.
I feel really fingers crossed. The weather, if it's great, this could make the event. Obviously last year was really good, and we got a bunch of good reviews on the race, and it was raining. So I feel if the weather,
it was a top race raves event in the first year, which is really uncommon.
It could really be So
no, this course is stunning. And we know that's kind of the highlight of the whole event.
Right.
It's a tough course. I'm not going to lie about that. But
I think that's why people
like it. Yeah, it's kind of a good challenge. So we know that Richmond in early spring is beautiful. So we're just hoping it shows out for us on race day.
Yeah, you leaned into this next question perfectly.
Yeah. What if you had to pick one course highlight? What's your fave? They did drive the course yesterday.
Yeah.
So they know what it looks like.
It is tough, honestly, because I know this is an annoying thing to say because I'm in charge of the race, but the whole course is really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. And honestly, this is the route that if I had to pick my perfect Richmond half marathon, this would be it. At least road races.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's really hard to beat Riverside Drive east of east of the Poet. So kind of where, if you're familiar with the course or just Richmond in general, you cross the Huguenot Bridge, run down Riverside for a little bit, you run up through a neighborhood onto Forest Hill, and then you drop back down onto Riverside via Fairleigh. And that is, when you drop back down on Riverside is where you do start to hit a lot of hills. It's not an easy part of the course.
We're not going to lie.
No. I'm not going to lie to you.
They're worth it though.
Yeah, but the views are stunning, in both directions, because the river is stunning, especially right now because it's really high. I don't know if it'll be as high next week, but the rapids and everything are beautiful. Yeah. But also the homes are stunning. If you're an architecture fan or
a Zillow creep,
you're a Zillow creep. This is you're seeing some of the prime real estate. I just drive by there and I'm who lives there? Who can I be friends with? Yeah. Who's going to invite me over for drinks on your porch? And also, tell me how long you've lived in this house, because I would never leave if I ever got one. I'd be a hermit. Right. And I'd be this house has to stay in my family because this is the prime real estate in Richmond. Really, it's just a fun part of the course because it's challenging, so it's super rewarding. You have great views in all the directions. There is this one part of the course when you kind of come around a turn in Riverside, it kind of bends around to the left. And then it's cool because as a runner, when you're kind of cresting up the top of a hill, you can see all the people in front of you, and then you bend around to the left and you can see all the people behind you. So, and I always like that.
I like that too. It's fun to be able to see if you're not in the same pace as all your friends up and you can double back and wait to each other.
Exactly. So that's really cool. And then after you're done with that section, you drop down on the Nickel Bridge, which is always cool because it's really, other than like when the RMTA closes down the bridge for snow, this is the only time that the bridge is closed throughout the year for just runner traffic. So it's like a really cool opportunity for you to run in the middle of the bridge. You get to run through the toll plaza, which is kind of novel.
Definitely.
It's also just like a cool spot if you're like, hey, let me take a second, and like you're on the middle of the bridge, there's no cars around, you can stop and take all the pictures you want. Like you really get to see kind of the beauty of Richmond. I love standing on that bridge and seeing, if you look to your left, depending on which direction you're going, you'll see the Powhite and the Willie Bridge. If you look to your right, you see downtown. Like it's a really cool part of Richmond that I don't feel like you normally get to see unless you're out there regularly. And even if you are out there regularly, there's cars zipping past you. So it's super fun. And then even beyond that, like now I'm just going through the whole course.
I love it. No, this is perfect.
Yeah, but then run through past the Carillon, through Douglasdale, which is such a cute neighborhood on its own, and then you're in the middle of Windsor Farms, which again, if you're a Zillow girly, or gentleman, you can't do any better than that. So it's great. And then you get out of Windsor Farms, and then you're cruising downhill on Carey Street to the finish. So
I need to go peek to see if those flowers are out over there. I need to do
what flowers?
The trees.
Probably not yet, but
it's
you're probably getting close. Yeah,
close. Maybe after this week.
Yeah,
with that hot weather coming up. I was gonna say this I hate a hill, admittedly, but this course sort of
kind of do, like all of us kind of,
Yeah, I'm really bad, but this course sort of reminds me of when I used to do the turkey trot at University of Richmond, start and stop when Richmond Roadrunners had it happening there, and that was insane hilly as well, but like so distracted. Because it's like not an area of town I run in a lot, and everything was just gorgeous. So, if you come for the views.
Can you off the questions? We're trying to, like last year, we tried to do the same thing. Tell people to come to packet pickup and how important that is to come to packet pickup.
Early
on Friday.
Yes, on Friday.
Got it.
Yeah, you want to let them know?
She was teeing you up.
What else? How do we want to lead into that?
It's just a good way to feel prepared on race morning, so you're not rushing around. So if you get yourself out to pack and pick up Friday at PR Run Walk, that's a good way to just feel like you're not rushing race day parking, even though this event had highly rated parking on race day. But it's a great way to just make sure that you've got everything, so when you get there early, you're just ready. You get a bag check instead of having to pick up your packet and then hit the bag check.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we will also have... it's just it's a good setup out at PR Run Walk. We'll have not only our packet pickup there as well, but you can shop at the store. I think they have some discounts for participants. And we'll have a bunch of our sponsors and a couple vendors out there too. So it's not just strictly packet pickup. There's some other fun swag and perks and things like that for getting out there to table.
Yeah, the swag last year was really cute. Or not the swag, the merch that Allison had was really cute. I don't know what she's ordered for this year. Obviously, this is really cute.
Yeah.
So
that might be exclusive committee gear.
This is.
Yeah.
I do think she has that design.
Yeah, I think she has that collegiate looking design.
It's cute.
And then your Westchester Commons too, so you can go get some pre-race dinner.
You can hit up Cameron's favorite place to see a movie.
Oh.
Is that
it's one of them.
Okay.
It's Westchester Commons. Yeah, it's one of them. We do go there.
Okay.
There's
Catch a flick.
There's so much to do.
Well, and beyond that, PR Run Walk is just a great partner of the event. They have been since year one, so it's great to go get some support. Show some support for another local business.
Are very friendly.
Yeah,
they'll help you get whatever you need for race day.
Yeah.
Have you posted the medals yet, or no?
No, I think that's.
We should have brought one up here with us, and I forgot about it. But these might be some of my favorite medals we've ever had.
Yeah,
I think they're beautiful. So beautiful.
I was thinking about because the Brooks that we just got for the 10K match.
Oh yeah, they do.
Too, yeah.
And so I was like, what could I do with this? Because I'm like, I need to do that.
That's cute.
The wheels are turning.
Yeah. We'll
have
we have our signature canvas tote bags back as our half marathon finisher items.
I saw you rocking it. Real cute.
Yeah, they're very cute. So that's kind of going to be how we do the blankets for the marathon in the fall. The canvas tote's going to be kind of our signature item for this event.
And they get that at the finish as well?
Yeah, they get that at the finish. That's a finisher item.
For half marathon.
Half marathon only, But yeah, it's just going to be a lot of fun. We'll have Papa John's Pizza. Got our 2 beer tickets. So
that's big.
Yeah.
You know,
2.
Event where we get 2.
Yeah.
Hardywood's out there. They're a great partner. So
yeah.
it'll be great. What do you think makes this event so special?
I mean, we kind of talked about this a little bit, but I do think it's the timing. Like, it does really feel like we're kicking off spring. I know we say that the 10K is the official spring kickoff, and that is still true. But this one really feels like
we're out of the
just
house.
waking up out of winter.
Yeah.
You know?
We're waking from our winter slumber.
That's
exactly. So this one does really feel like, you're turning that corner. This is so exciting. I don't know if you guys have realized this.
Oh.
March 8th is the last day of daylight savings, or the first. I don't remember. Don't quote me on that. But that night, Saturday night, is when we spring forward.
Love that.
You do lose an hour the night of an event, which at least it's not the night before.
Right.
But that Sunday,
that would be
Reschedule.
That Sunday, like the next day after River City Half, you get that sunlight till 7:15.
Yeah, it's okay if you're tired. Take a nap outside.
Take a nap outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's exciting. So it's that early spring energy. Does feel like we're turning a corner into the actual spring. But then also, just some of the unique things that we do for this event that we don't do for others, like the charity partners.
Yeah.
It's just a cool
live
community.
show.
Yeah, the live show.
Yeah, the live show is great. We can't forget to mention that with Allie and Kara. We still have tickets available for that. It's at the Virginia Historical Society, or Virginia Museum of History and Culture, in their theater. And we have a little happy hour before that you can attend. So it's the perfect cap on your fundraise day.
Yeah. International Women's Day.
Yeah.
Also.
Get your girls together.
Get your gals together.
We're there together.
We'll be there. Yeah.
Yeah, we got our stuff. Maybe B can make us some bracelets.
She could. That'd be great.
Who knows? I'll hit her up.
I feel like she can. I feel like she can.
Yeah. 100%.
She's behind you a bead.
I'll text her. I'll text my girl.
I was gonna say, anything you feel like we forgot?
No.
We got a price hike coming up.
So I didn't call for questions, but I was going to go through our questions from last year that may not have been.
That's a great idea.
We should mention, I know in the next participant newsletter, I believe, or on the website, Catherine's going to put the parking and start and bag check pin drop. So be on the lookout for that if you want a little bit more. Just if you know, I want to park near the start line or I want to park near the finish line. You'll have a little bit more directions to get you there exactly on race day. Because University of Richmond does have a couple different entrances, and depending on where you want to park, it will take you to a couple different places.
Places like Hogwarts. It's just
beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. The other thing is, just as a note, we need to put this on the website actually, but Huguenot Bridge will close at 7 a.m. with the rest of our route. So if you're coming from the south and you're planning on using Huguenot to get there,
but I'll be there.
Yeah, if you're planning on using the Huguenot Bridge to get to campus to take the Huguenot Bridge to River Road, you will need to. And River Road itself will close by 7 a.m. as well, too. So you'll need to be there by 7 a.m. or you need to plan to go around via the Willie Bridge, the Poet, or whatever. So we do actually need to get that on the website, but just some last little last minute things like that.
Yeah, that was one of the questions I was just reading, but it was longer than that. Quick question. Are there pacers for this race?
No pacers.
No pacers.
We will line everybody up by pace, so you kind of get to self-seed yourself at the start line. The race, both the 5K and the half marathon, are essentially mass starts. We'll line everybody up by pace, predicted mile pace. So you get to kind of self-seed yourself, but then everybody starts at one time.
Parking for the live show.
Parking for the live show. I believe you can, there's either free street parking around the museum district.
Pretty easy, yeah.
Pretty easy. And then also, I believe you can park in the Virginia Museum, the Museum of History and Culture. In there. They do have a dedicated parking lot. I do believe that's paid parking. So if you want to be able to zip right into a spot and be parked right in front of the building, then you will there's paid options there if you prefer free parking.
It's International Women's Day. Treat yourself.
Right.
Just pay. You gotta go.
Or better yet, go to brunch, have a mimosa, then Uber there,
Have somebody drop you off.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
We're working smarter, not harder.
That's right. Luxury.
Someone asked, where are the cutoff points on the course?
There's one at mile 6.5, roughly at the mile 6.5 water stop. And then there's one at mile 10, which is the water stop in Windsor Farms. And the times are eluding me right now.
She's looking them up.
I'm looking them up.
She's going for it.
I believe because their sound similar.
I'm so sorry. We've only had you say them in meetings about 10 million
It's
times.
okay. I should know this right now off the top of my head, but I don't like to say them without really being sure because the times sound too similar.
Yeah.
So I don't want to quote them incorrectly on the podcast. Don't want to be giving people the wrong information. So the water stop at mile 6.5 is at 9:50, and the water stop at mile 10, that cutoff is at 10:45. And I will say, we do have to be very strict about our cutoffs on this route. We're able to be a tiny bit more lenient on the one at mile 6.5, but the one at mile 10 we have to be very strict on because there are no sidewalks on Cary Street between where you exit Windsor Farms and where you then get back onto campus via the Gamble's Mill Eco Corridor. So it is not safe for us, the front runners, on that road once it has reopened. And unfortunately, just because of how much of a main artery Cary Street is, we cannot continue to delay the reopening of that road. So we do have to be very strict on that cutoff, more so than we would like to be, but that's just the way this course is. So just know that going into it.
But you got this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You're all good.
You're trained up, you're ready.
Yeah, and if for some reason you do not make a cutoff, we'll have SAG vehicles that will be available.
I'm coming to get you.
Yeah,
if you just want to hang out.
Don't brag them too much.
You want to chat, I'm here.
Yeah. So it's last year we didn't really pick up many people at all. So I have full faith that everybody that signs up will be good to go. But just, keep that number in the back of your mind.
I know that we did talk about the Huguenot Bridge and the Nickel Bridge being closed to drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Cheerleaders. What is the word?
Spectators.
There we go. And bikers can still go across. Well, I don't know about bikers, but
yeah, we don't want to encourage bikers to go across the course. It is closed to runners. I mean, so just keep that in mind.
Yes.
Any bikers.
Come cheer though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to give runners preference, obviously. Right. Anybody that wants to walk down, I know you can park in like some of the neighborhoods off of Cherokee. And then if you want to walk onto the bridge and cheer people on, you're more than welcome to.
Right.
You just can't drive to the bridge to then cheer.
Yeah.
You'd have to ditch your car somewhere else and walk.
Got to figure out a way to get there. Okay. And I think that's we answered all that question.
Yeah.
Great. Love that.
Love it. Okay.
Well, now is the drill. It's the hardest part.
Oh,
I have
what is it? This or that?
Yeah. Do you have any? You think about it while I ask this one? Okay.
I'm notoriously bad at having to pick one item too. So
okay, well now's your time to shape up.
Ooh, I have
you got one. Okay.
Okay.
I was just thinking about. I really got breakfast on the brain after you started talking about all the coffee at the winter training team and Blanchard. And I started thinking, are you more of a post long run? Are you a bagel girl or a donut person?
Bagel, 100%.
Okay.
Donuts,
favorite bagel?
Given the choice, I don't. If we're really throwing it back, I don't even think they sell it anymore, but really, I used to love a sun-dried tomato bagel from Einstein's.
Wow.
But I don't think they make them anymore.
That's sad.
So if anybody makes a sun-dried tomato bagel, preferably locally, send them my way because I want them. I don't know, but anything, there's a bagel place that just opened up near my house, and they make it's good, girl.
Is it?
Very chewy. If you're into a chewy bagel, you'll be into it. Their flavors have all been good. I tend to love a sesame.
Okay.
I like an everything, but the seeds just are in your teeth.
But
everything too.
They're in your teeth. Those poppy seeds are not leaving.
No. Everybody loves everything.
Yeah.
They do.
So, I mean, I think I'm a savory bagel girl.
Me too.
I like a sweet one, but I've given the choice, I'm going to go sesame with like a garlic and herb or like a garden veggie cream cheese.
Yeah. I'm a real sucker for the rosemary sea salt. I like that. But
that sounds good.
It's real good.
I love a salt bagel, but I don't like when I went to New York
scared
recently.
Of a salt bagel. It looks
Come on. You would
love
it.
I'm joking.
I got a salt bagel last time I went to New York, and I was like, I think it's burned all my taste buds off.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what I think would happen. So we love Cupertinos.
My parents love Cupertinos as well.
Go to shout outs to Cupertinos. Garlic bagel. Love a garlic bagel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yum. Yeah. So
a little stinky.
The stinky garlic.
Yeah. The bagel place. I love an onion bagel too.
Those are good too.
Double stinky.
Yeah.
Onion and
the bagel place near me recently had a Meyer lemon and smoked salmon cream cheese that we were living.
I've really been into plug if you haven't been Sunday Bagel. They are a pop-up. They're in the fan. They're in a little gallery and they post about it, but they have just bagels and cream cheese available until like a certain time on Saturday and Sundays. And then like at 11, it switches over to bagel sandwiches, like lunch sandwiches. I have not gotten a sandwich yet. I've been on a real bagel kick. I got, we going for their everything, which are divine. It might be my favorite bagel, but when you were saying all those seeds, I will say when we cut them open on the counter, it's a massacre.
Seeds everywhere.
It looks like a bird feeder was up in there. It looks insane.
Yeah.
It's like a pickled pepper cream cheese. I couldn't say that I love. Yeah.
This is a controversial opinion, I realize, but I actually am more of just a bagel person, not a bagel sandwich. If it's a good bagel.
I agree.
Okay. If you're going somewhere where they're just using like a plain bagel.
Bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel.
That's our girl.
I'm New York, apparently.
Yeah.
Because
Our girl.
That's me.
Well, part of it is like, I feel like sometimes a bagel sandwich, they stuff it so
Sometimes they do.
that it's just coming out of the back.
I agree. And then
like,
afterwards, I'm like, I need to lay down for 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah. So if it's like kind of not a great, like if I'm going to like Panera, I'll get a breakfast sandwich because their bagels are like fine, but they're not great.
Right. I was about to say they do have. I keep getting ads for they have a new. So they have their Asiago cheese bagels.
I love that.
Class.
You know what?
Class. Yeah.
But
Cheese
now
on
they
cheese.
have a sandwich, and it's like a grilled chicken sandwich on an Asiago cheese bagel. And I keep seeing ads, and they look delicious.
I'm sure
I
they
thought
are.
you were going to say grilled cheese on an Asiago bagel. And I was like, oh!
Like,
you know what?
yeah.
You could probably get that.
Yeah,
I'm probably good.
I'm
We can
sure they could get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So
I
any-
definitely
yeah.
want to stop by there.
Yeah,
and get one
for
of those.
sure. But if we're going to like a local bagel place where I'm like want to basically like I want to really like get the flavor of the bagel, I don't want to go sandwich because then
I
it's just like
understand
that, yeah.
you know, I end up just picking it apart, eating it all at one point, piece
You're
by
eating
piece
it just
anyway.
as a bagel. In
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then with egg and sausage on the
On the
side.
side.
Continental breakfast.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
Okay, my question was, if
No,
you're-
no shaded donuts, by the way. They're just not going to be.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
There's a time and place.
Yeah,
I have
sometimes they don't be
a
sitting right
deep
either.
craving for donuts sometimes, but
Yeah.
that's besides the point.
Yeah.
If you're, because Molly runs too, she's an event director.
A lot.
Yeah, she does. If you're gonna run a race, would you rather on course see really pretty flowers, like the flowers on course,
Mhm.
on in the trees, or you see really pretty leaves like you do during the marathon?
Mhm.
Like which one are you
Fall
more
or
likely to be
spring.
like
Fall or
"Ooh."
spring. I think probably flowers in the spring
Okay.
on the road. But like if I'm doing a trail race, I want it to be in the fall.
Right, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something about a trail in the fall.
Trail in the fall is lovely.
very much
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Now you got to time it right though, because if you do a trail race in the fall after the leaves have fallen, you can't see where your feet are going. That
and then
kind of
you're
freaks me
tripping
out.
and
Yeah.
falling.
I did a race like that a couple years ago where I was like, it's like a week behind the leaves, and I was like, I actually can't see. And the ground was very rocky, and I was like, I can't see. I just might break an ankle. Hope not.
Oh, yeah.
But I love some spring flowers. So if I'm gonna like run through people's neighborhoods and be looking at houses, I'm like, where are those tulips? Where is the daffodils? Like,
Yeah.
give me some spring flowers.
I'll say that
Like
I've
garden
gotten-
tour, essentially. I want a
Yeah.
springtime garden tour race.
I've
Well, that-
gotten
that-
the sports backer's brain because me and Jordan went to go see the new Captain America movie the other day,
Mhm.
and it was where all the cherry blossoms were. Sorry to spoil, completely wrecked that area, and I was like, no more cherry blossoms. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. But the flowers look so pretty. I've never been up there to see.
Oh, they're
them,
gorgeous.
the-
They're
We
pretty.
went up
We
for
were
the
there.
cherry
Yeah.
blossom like race
Yeah, I've
one
never
time
seen
for
them.
work, and we went on a long DC walk, and it was already.
Man, I just
very
hit the
pretty.
streets of DC.
We were in matching sweatshirts like now and
Yeah.
took a bunch of tourist
We're-
pictures.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Little girly trip.
Yeah.
Yeah. My last one is again food related, so it's
That's
almost
my
lunchtime
favorite.
around here.
I am hungry.
Molly does she is the purveyor of some flavor item taste offs here. Oh, do you she loves ranch.
Number one.
Ranch flavor or pickle flavor things? More. You only pick one.
I'm going to go ranch.
Okay.
Because I feel like pickle can go awry.
Ranch is hardly wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
That's very true.
The pickle.
You could end up with a sweet pickle, and I just would rather jump off a cliff. than
No,
eat
I love a sweet pickle. It has a time and a place.
I can't do
But
that.
the dill flavor can be off.
The dill flavor can be
You
off.
should-
Yeah.
On some
eat enough pickles
unflavored,
to-
no, just not on normal pickles, but on pickle flavored things.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like you got pickle chips or something.
Yes,
Or,
like there's only
Yeah.
some brands of pickle chips
I was
that I will
saying-
eat because some of them are gross.
I was thinking about our Cheez-Its downstairs. So we had the big Cheez-It taste
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
and those pickle Doritos that we had that one.
Yeah.
Pickle Doritos.
those
It
did hit.
They didn't taste pickly though.
They were like, and I think that's because they were mixed with. It was like
Yeah. The dill flavor like gets you in the back of your tongue sometimes, and I feel like it can just be weird sometimes.
It can burn a little.
It can.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Save for 3 inch.
I was in Sheetz near my house the other day, and I feel like convenience stores always have the best chips.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
It's what Sheetz does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was in the chip aisle, and I was like, oh, fried dill pickle chips. And I should have picked them up, but I'm like, that's maybe too many.
I mean, we can really end it with River last week said, comment below to let them know. Molly would like you to comment if you get the fried dill pickle chips from the Forest Hills Sheetz.
Yeah, report back because I'm interested. I mean, I'm going to break down and buy them at some point anyway because I'm like, we got to try those. But
yeah. I
love a fried dill pickle.
Hook
Never
yourself
turn those
up
out.
race morning. Grab those things.
Damn dill pickle chips.
No, you see them, you remember all of a sudden.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
very
a
true.
little treat.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
One more thing before we go. Last year, Eagle Corridor, this was the first time that somebody ever said,
oh, yeah. You were recognized.
I love you guys on the pod.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Look, so holler at us
if you see us, because we're
make
both
our
on
day.
course.
Yeah.
We are both there. If you see us, make our day.
We want our heads to be inflated. We're not.
No, literally.
Please tell us that you recognize us.
We're
and
up
we'll
for a
be
while.
hype.
Yeah. If you say that to me, I'm texting Nan immediately. Somebody just
I'm permanently smiling the rest of the day if you say hi to me.
Well, and y'all's number one fan, Marcy George,
She'll be out there.
She'll be in
She'll
the
be
finish
there.
line working the pizza tent.
Shout out again.
Yeah,
Marcy emailed me the last time I did a shout out. We love you, Marcy.
Love you, Marcy. But if you're the number 2 fan, because Marcy's obviously holding on number 1 spot, you can gab with Marcy in the pizza tent about your favorite episodes for sure.
You definitely can. And another celeb sighting, if you watched last week, you can see Allison in the merch tent who was on the thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you register for the Virginia Credit Union River City Half and 5K before next weekend. We do have race week pricing that goes into effect next week, I believe.
Correct, early next week.
Yep, early next week. So get your registration in before that. And Molly, thanks for being on as always.
Pleasure as always. I can't wait to be back.